Oh, mic check, give me mic check.
Mic check.
All right, guys, we're back. This train.
Baby, that's what I'm talking.
Now that loud ass train is gone, we can start the video. Today's video is brought to you by Hoist Hydration. Military grade hydration. This shit will get you hype. It'll get you going. It'll keep you sweating. Also, our second sponsor in today's video, Streamlight. Streamlight Wedge, boom, you're blinded. One of the baddest lights on planet Earth. And our final sponsor is a big one. I'm very proud to be hooked up with Sharpie. I know, we're into like big name sponsors, but yeah, we using that shit in all the fab area, just writing on stuff, signing people's shirts. Let's turn around, I got you, my boy. Oh yeah, shit right there, boom. Pow. You like that? Well, let them see the signature. You like that? You want one yet? You want one yet? I'll get you one. All right.
Be on eBay later.
All right, so we are here, Salty John Fab. We're hydrated, thanks to Hoist Hydration. Another project. One leaves, one comes in. I mentioned this briefly when I talked about BJ's Malibu. Got that out of here. We got CJ and Pops. We got the rx7. I'm not a big import guy, so I don't really know. rx7 LS Swap Power Glide 9-inch.
400.
Sorry, 400. Shame on me. It actually is. It's my old 400. It's a badass 2-speed Mickey. Dude, redacted. I take that shit back. We're gonna do a single turbo kit on this. What's the setup on the engine? What's the combo? Like, how'd you get the car? Give us the whole backstory.
Picked the car up in Florida. It was a street car. Had a bear in it. We picked it up, put an LS in it. It's the same motor, the LTD that y'all seen before.
It's like a variation of the Black Sheep motor.
Yeah, it's just a rod piston 5.3. Triple heads. Very simple, basic. It's got a lamb cam in it. Johnson lifters. So it's a stock block deal. All steel glass.
Anyone you want to put on notice? Stock block. You want to put anyone on notice?
All the stock blocks on notice. I don't care who you are.
That shit's like a scary movie. It's like him talking like this. It's like all the stock blocks on notice. What do you got down here? All right, so we got a 98 millimeter TDI turbo. I like the TDI stuff. TDI force inductions, great units, badass. V-band compressor cover. We have a Parker Speed dual 3-inch inlet T6 merge. I run this on all of the turbo kits. Two reasons. One, they're really nice. Two, I am not skilled enough to be making the merge, like where it's a rectangle and you got to put two 3-inch tubes into a rectangle. I can't do that, so I could just stick them in the holes and weld them out. They work really good. Space-wise on the car, it's really not too bad. I think we're going to try to run a dual exhaust. We got everything to do a dual exhaust. Down and forward facing Flotex, standard LS stuff. This is like the engine as it sits right here is how it sits in the Black Sheep. You can really take this thing out and put it in Black Sheep. Same headers, same style balancer with the mandrel off the back and everything. It's a very good, common, redundant setup, so I like that. Where are we putting the turbo, bro? Where are we putting it?
Right in the center.
Nice and high?
Yep. High as we can. I didn't want to run a scavenge pump, but I'm sure
You're
gonna have to.
Gonna be running scavenge
Which
pump.
isn't a big deal. It's already wired to have one, so.
Yeah, so we're gonna do the turbo center mount kind of like right in here. One thing I will do, I learned on BJ's car is I had the front end, the whole front end off the car. I measured the frame rails. I sent in the turbo from that. I put the front end on, and the turbo is off center to the front end, but it's square with the actual car itself. The front end wasn't square, so you take the front end off, everything's perfectly symmetrical where it needs to be. You put the front end on, and you have to offset it by like, and it's like a 1/4 inch. It's so small, but there's two assholes in the comments that are like, man, you should learn how to center that thing up, and they literally couldn't even weld. And I'm over here, I could weld the crack of dawn. I could weld a spider's web. I could weld a broken heart, and they're over here talking shit on my turbo placement off by a 1/4 inch. They can come here and kiss my bare ass. I can tell you that right now. I won't do it. We got some stuff ordered up, some parts over here, Race Part Solutions. We got a Maven drain mount. The drain mount's very nice. I like this. We're gonna have to build a chromoly support. I'll be honest with you, I'm not really good at this, so this is why it's not done yet. The turbo's not mounted, because it's got this like bolt-on front end thing here, which, as you can see, it's got some play. Maybe, no, I think we need to get rid of this. I think we just need to build a tube across and then have the drain mount in the tube and then run like another kicker down to it. Maybe we'll weld this and weld it to the front of that, you know, because this is here for a reason, correct?
Yes. Well, originally I think it was there to mount the intercooler because it was, like I said, it was streetcar before. But I think if we just weld that solid and then build it off that, the turbo mount,
Yeah.
it'll be plenty good.
Yeah. So the plan is have the turbo here. We're gonna have the exhaust. I think. What do we say? We're not going in the side. It's kind of facing up, or it's facing down with like a 90. And then we're gonna run the exhaust out and over the hot side. So it'll be cold side over here, exhaust down below, and then hot side down below, and then the exhaust from the turbo. Because we're gonna try to go out here is where you want it, right?
Yeah, we're gonna try that. If it doesn't end up looking right, or we don't think it's gonna look right, we'll just do a single 5-inch.
The single 5-inch is definitely easier than the dual. If you have room, this is a lot more room. I look at cars from the motor plate to the front bumper. That tells you how much room you got. A Malibu, you're like right here. I mean, you're able to put the turbo, and the turbo's 3 or 4 inches away from the balancer. So, also depends on the motor. I mean, you got a big block or a Hemi, it's a longer motor. Obviously, it's going to eat up more real estate. So, did someone say Hemi? Did someone say Hemi? It's me winking. All right, some other stuff we got. We got the Vibrant dual seal on here. We went back with the Vibrant because the throttle body already had it on there. I will be transparent. I like the race parts one way better. The race parts one goes on better and it seems a little bit beefier than the Vibrant one, but I think no problems with this. I mean, it'll be fine. But if you're doing it from scratch, I recommend calling up Wade at Race Parts and getting their dual seal. I like it. Am I talking shit on your Vibrant one?
No, you're good.
Okay, all right. Just gotta make sure everyone's happy. We got a GT55 outlet to 4-inch for the cold side, so that'll be V-banded. The turbo, it's why I like the TDI stuff, because it already has the V-band on there. You don't have to weld it. Boom, good to go. It's already got your gasket in there, your O-ring, so you don't have to run RTV. And then we got, for the exhaust, we're going to put some V-bands in there. You don't even really, I mean, it is nice because it's got the O-ring in there. You don't need them on the exhaust. It'll just leak a little bit of water till it warms up. But if you're doing a Y with like bullhorns or anything, you need to put V-bands in there so you can take it apart, because trying to stick it in there one piece is a nightmare. Where's the black sheep? It's in the trailer. Yes, it is an absolute nightmare, so avoid that. We got all of our aluminum here. 11 gauge, look at how thick that is. That's a thick boy right there. So we're gonna get that all welded up. We got 4 90s and 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 45s. I think that's enough to get all the cold side done. We're gonna get the turbo mounted. We're gonna look at it for a second, and then we are going to order up our stainless, because depending on how we clock the turbo is really gonna dictate how many bends we need and everything like that. So step 1 is gonna be get the turbo mounted. I got my man here, CJ, so it's gonna be some long nights getting this thing done. I'm waiting on my tubing bender to come in. Once that's in, then we'll be able to bend the chromoly, because I got lucky on BJ's. I was able to do it with 2 straight pieces and it worked great. The drain mount we had only had a provision for a tube on one side, so we just came right out and braced it from the bottom. It looked great. But this one here, we're out in no man's land here. There's nothing else out there, so we're gonna have to build it from here out and around, and we're gonna triple check that it's centered.
So then plumbing it.
And then, yeah, then plumbing. Are we plumbing it here? Oh, so it's going straight from Salty John Fab to Salty John Brown and Miller Plumbing Solutions. Wow. Okay.
And straight the MJS streetcars to finish the wiring.
Look at him. Would you look at him? Why do you look so excited to finish the wiring on this?
Oh, I am excited about that. I'm not excited about how really hot it is today.
Yeah, no, it's pretty rough in here. And I guess the big reveal, we're gonna wrap this video up, is with the name of the car. We couldn't figure out a name for the longest time. The other car was Lieutenant Dan because it was an LTD. And this one, you know, especially around here, the cars, the nicknames, they're not chosen. Like, you can't just be like, oh, I'm gonna call this car this. It's, everyone has to collectively decide. And the name for this one is Nap Time, because my man be over here just sleeping. Insert all of the photos of this man just sleeping. racetrack. He's at his house. He's here at the shop. This dude be sleeping. So we're calling this thing nap time. He's gonna make y'all go night night. Night night. Yell it. Yell it.
It's off.
Yell it. No, is it? It's going. Yell it. Yell it. Night night. Come on, Ant. One time. One time, bro.
My arm is shaking from holding that camera.
Bro, one time. One time. Yell it.
Hold on. No.
Dude, you have to. Yell it like someone just stole your dog. Tank just got taken, and you gotta make him go night night to get him back. Come on now, one time, just for the people.
It's too hot.
No, you got one in you. You got one in you, bro. I'm telling you, you got it.
See that sweat dripping down my face?
One time.
Holding that camera is a hard job.
All right, CJ, hit him with it one time. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do to the people? What are you gonna do to the people? Night night. Okay.